All right. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
You sound very happy and zen, Michelle.
I know, I'm tired today.
You're tired every day.
How was your day?
My day is okay. I spent all day looking for backyard furniture, which was ridiculous. And I'm glad I finally found something. I hate having stuff pending, I hate having to-dos. I hate it. And then, once there's a to-do, like we needed to find our backyard furniture, then I just got to get it done because I don't want to have a thing that's like hanging there. But let's do a couple of shout outs. Good Tuesday evening to you. Rhea Sells, Ashfit Life 2018, A Reseller's Passion, Fabby's Finds, and Fisher Flips. How's everyone doing today?
Happy Tuesday. How was your day? How's your day going still?
Yeah, today we wanted to discuss on the topic of how to make extra income from home. Our list is not extensive or exhaustive, but we're hoping that you guys can chime in with your ideas because we are at that time in life where it's safe to be home for many people.
Yeah, it's good to start thinking about it because when the fall comes, it might be flu season, and then they might do the stay-at-home order. So if people are home, they have nothing to do, there are ways to make money while you're home.
Ashfit Life 2018 Poshmark says she's tired and busy. We can relate to that. We were actually kind of MIA for
2 weeks.
2 weeks? No. We were MIA from the live on Friday and Saturday. For the same reasons, tired and busy. Yeah, you're tired and busy, take some time off. Give yourself some self-love, self-care. Self-love and self-care is so underrated these days. But yeah, it's so, so important. You know what? That should be what we talk about tomorrow.
Self-love and self-care?
Self-love and self-care.
Ooh, I like that.
Honestly, it's underrated, but it should be our top priority. And I do like how, for example, Leslie, and then Ashfit Life 2018 Poshmark, your first name is Michelle, is that right? Good evening, Marcia. 84. Yeah. Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday, Bill. 324 Finds.
It's really interesting. I was talking to a client yesterday, and I was saying, we're always home, but we feel more stressed out at home for some reason. And the reason is because we don't have boundaries. It's almost like...
Yeah, honestly, I'm a homebody and I'm happy at home. But yes, there's a lot more work to do. Let's be honest. There's more work to do. I think it's interesting. Ashfit Life 2018 Poshmark said, it's Ashley. Sorry, Ashley. She said that she had to pass out laptops and iPads for virtual school.
Wow.
You work in education as well. So do I. Education, I love. I love education. I love learning. I love teaching. I love everything about it. Definitely grateful to be growing up in this information age. But definitely I've heard parents... Well, for parents, it's difficult. It's a different story. But just learning from home for parents has been hard. And also just teaching from home has been really, really challenging. But anyway... It's one of the things you can do right now. You can teach from home, but there's other things that you can do from home. Reselling is one of the things you could literally do from home.
Yes.
We have not left our home in a couple of weeks, and we're still making money.
Yeah.
That's pretty darn amazing.
I mean, we can briefly talk about it when we go through the reselling part of it. But I think, this would be a good topic that's relevant to a lot of people. I see a lot of people not doing anything at home, instead of watching movies all day or playing video games day and night. These are fun activities. You can make money from it. So let's get started. Do you guys have any suggestions or anything that you can think of where you can make extra money from home aside from reselling? Let us know. Please share.
Yeah, and we're kind of emphasizing the extra, but at this point, let's face it, let's be real. This is actually the time where a lot of people don't have jobs. They're out of work. And it's a time to hustle. It's a time to figure out how to make those ends meet, right? And even though like we love reselling, we understand that's not the only way and that there are other things that you could do. So without further ado, number one, what I guess that's where we're going to start.
Number one is definitely the obvious. That's, what we do to make extra income. So, start from your closet. A lot of people say that, start from your closet. I'm sure for those of you who have garaged, I'm sure there are a lot of things that have been sitting there. So this talks about, all the different platforms that you have access to from home. It's Etsy, Mercari, Facebook, Amazon, Shopify, Poshmark, everything. There's a platform for everything.
Yeah, but let's be practical because, it's easy to say, oh, do this, do that. But let's be practical. If you've never done, sold items from your home before, the best way to do that is take your smartphone, make sure you have good lighting and upload those pictures to OfferUp in Facebook Marketplace. That's a perfect place to start selling items. That's where we started. The platforms are so simple and most people are already on Facebook.
Yeah.
To start selling locally. You can socially distance. I think you sold something yesterday or the day before as a game, right?
Yeah, board game.
And the way that we do that when we sell an item in person is we open up the trunk of our car, we have a little box there, and we put the item there. We are, fully wearing masks and everything, and we just ask the buyer to grab their item and place the money in the box. There's no social contact. We do ask them to wear masks, and if they're not going to wear masks, then we don't do the transaction. Yeah. It's as simple as that.
We have a couple of suggestions.
So,
Yay!
Yes, a really good suggestion for Maria, if you're really into writing, you could do blogging. If, speaking is your natural ability, you could also do podcasts. Yeah, and, if you've always wanted to do one of those, this is a perfect time to do it because, maybe you have some time, but, also people are at home looking for more of these things. Yeah. And really quickly, just because, there's a lot of blogs out there, there are a lot of podcasts out there, but niche it down to make it very kind of particular to you and your personality, and that's the way to go with that one.
Actually, one of my friends started a podcast. He recently got a divorce and he started a divorce podcast. And all the people who got a divorce listen to that podcast.
I don't know why I'm laughing, but that kind of makes sense. Ashley says that I started an alcohol-infused gummy business just to find customers.
Oh.
Just have to find customers. Very cool. Have you tried...
CBD?
What was I going to say? I don't know, Amazon. Have you tried Amazon? Yeah, that would be a good one. Or liquor stores, right? Liquor stores. That sounds really cool, though.
It sounds yummy,
Also, Ashley started doing tie-dye.
Yay!
Which is super trendy now. It's so cool. We saw all the resellers doing tie-dye. For example, Leslie from Resellers Passion doing it way before the retailers. Now the retailers are behind and they're coming out with their tie-dye things now. It's so funny. Bill says if you have a talent like music and computer skills, Zoom is a real easy thing. Okay. Yes, 100%. So what kind of things could someone do with music and computer skills and Zoom?
I have a couple of suggestions.
We have some suggestions.
I think he and I are on the same page.
Okay, we're going to go to the next one here.
Which is related to what Bill was saying. If you have any skills that you have, Fiverr, Upwork, Skillshare, those are all websites where people are looking for freelancer. People are looking for people with skills. Let's say you know how to play the guitar. I want to give guitar lessons on Fiverr or Upwork, Skillshare. Go on there, charge by hour. Again, you go on Zoom, you teach other people how to sing if you know how to sing. If you're a designer, you teach people how to graphic design, or they can tell you, hey, I need a logo, you design for them. So those are ways to make extra money without really any overhead.
I love that. So it sounds like you and Bill were on the same wavelength. So I'm just curious. So Upwork is definitely, I tried this before. I never had the time, but I was going to try to see if I could help people with social media because I do that for us. And a couple people hired me and I just didn't have the time to do it. And I have zero experience on Upwork. So it is something that is a real potential.
Yeah.
And the more experience you get, it is on a rating system, the more you can start charging people.
And you really don't need any special skill, like you have to be a professional. You don't need to. There are things like data entry. There are things like just share on Poshmark, be a virtual assistant. Go on, teach people how to use eBay, teach people how to resell. So
That's
there
cool.
are so many things, like so much knowledge that you can share with other people that they don't know.
So Fiverr and Upwork are very similar. I'm not familiar with Skillshare. Is anyone out there familiar with Skillshare?
Skillshare is like
Is it the same thing?
It's sort of the same thing, but it has like a thing where you kind of have to exchange your skills with
So
each
you're
other.
exchanging, you're not using money.
I think there's a way to make money. Yeah, we have to look into it.
Okay, so maybe you could do both on that one.
Yeah.
So Bill did mention you could, if you're able to make spreadsheets, or you could provide music lessons.
Make spreadsheets. Oh my god, Tori would be great at that.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. A lot of people need help with that.
Yeah.
And even if you have a job and you're trying, like if you don't know how to do that, you can hire out that way too, which is really cool.
And keep in mind, these websites are free. So, it doesn't hurt to like go on there and say, hey, these are my skills, hire me, and you're going to get responses immediately.
Yeah, so no, you have to pay and you get paid, but like you don't have to pay like a subscription to use the website. That's what you mean by free, right?
You only pay when you get hired.
No, you said the websites were free, so I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
You still have to pay to use services and you get paid.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
When you do a service, but
Yes.
you don't have to subscribe to start using it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So good evening, Naquin316 and TRA808. Happy Tuesday to everybody.
All right, so the next one, make YouTube videos. Not just YouTube, it relates to podcasts, blogging, any things that can get advertisers to advertise on your channel would help you make money. For example, YouTube, if you have enough traction, 1,000 views is about $2 to $4. It sounds very little, but if you keep building up your audience, it can grow
add up
exponentially.
That's right. We do have a little question here in the question mark sticker. Let me pop it up. All right, so here we have one. It says, I know both of you have full-time jobs, but do either of you sell your skills? Yes, actually we do. That's a really good question. I love Bill's questions. We actually do sell our skills. We have to be selective about it. So a couple years ago, I stopped doing private tutoring for English because I am an English teacher, English as a second language. And when I used to tutor students, I charged between $80 and $100 an hour. But again, I stopped doing that a few years ago because of lack of time. Now, something that Michelle and I started doing recently, or not recently, actually a few years ago also, is I've teamed up with Michelle. We really complement, our skills really complement each other, and we provide, what do you call it?
Brand consultation.
Consultations on branding. We do that. So that's a fantastic question. We've done it for quite a few, people who have their own businesses. So yeah, thanks for asking that. And again, it's something that, we would love to grow, but it's like you have to choose reselling or branding, right? So if we do branding, we can only do one job at a time and we're limited, but we do it because we absolutely love doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bill also said, we make a tad bit of money on YouTube. Yeah, definitely notice that with Tori sharing on her spreadsheet. So Bill from 324 Finds and Girly Girl Style, who is Tori, they do quite well. I know Tori has experience, like some of her skills are making videos, and they do really nice job on their videos on YouTube. If you want to give her a follow, Girly Girl Style on YouTube. And they're actually monetizing, which is fantastic. And then workshops. Oh yeah, so Bill also answered that question. Mm-hmm. We do workshops, which is very much like teaching, right? Mm-hmm. And then Michelle helps create all the beautiful marketing pieces, which is very much like her job.
All right, you want to talk about the next one?
You're so welcome, Bill. Yeah, definitely. So number 4, you can trade in old phones or electronics for cash. You could also sell them on eBay. Actually, you could, to be honest, you could even flip them.
Yeah, I mean, I can think of like 5 electronics I own. I have a couple of old cameras. I still have an iPod Shuffle. We've got 2 extra phones laying around.
We really do. Yeah.
So get rid of them, sell them, turn them into money.
Yeah, there's a website called Declutter, Decluttr. There's Gazelle and Swappa. Are you guys familiar with any of those? But again, as resellers, we all know that you could always flip those. And actually, a lot of people do flip iPhones. Like, that's all they do. And they make a lot of money doing that. Now, you do need a little more capital up front, but iPhones are they're a high seller. They're constantly selling all year round. Let's go to another one that's super exciting. This is something I've always wanted to do. But have you heard of Turo? Turo is only one of the companies. I know there's other names out there. With Turo, you rent out your car. It's kind of like an Airbnb for your car. And I've always wanted to buy a car just to rent it out, but we are definitely not there yet.
But then if you're not going out, if you're staying home, might as well rent out your car, right?
That's true. All our cars are just sitting in the driveway these days. Ashley says, I know about Declutter. Have you ever sent anything into Declutter, Ashley? Bill said, I love my iPhone. I'm not getting rid of it.
So how does Turo work? Basically, you sign up and you list your car that's for rent, and then they rent it by hour. Is that right?
They rent it. It's kind of like when you rent a car at a rental agency.
Okay.
And to be honest, this is much more. It's cheaper than renting a car at an agency.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've ever rented a car at an agency for under $100. Like, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because you always buy the insurance.
I don't know what I do, but I just know it was not cheap every time I go. I mean, you can rent a car for like $30 for a day.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking, like, if you rent your car out, how much could you make? I think that should be pretty decent profit without you doing anything, right?
You definitely, yeah. But you want to make sure you live in a place where there is a demand and things like that, right? So Bill said it's like Uber, but you rent your car out to some random people. Yeah. Yep. And so Ashfit Life knows about Declutter, but she hasn't traded anything on there yet. Good evening, back on Rack Merch. Happy Tuesday to you. So those are goals. Maybe one day we can do that. Also thinking about, let's see here. Also thinking about like buying an apartment and doing Airbnb or renting that out. But those are future goals.
All right, the next one, you can make extra income. Take surveys for money. So I am actually, before reselling, I was participating in quite a few focus groups. They call it focus groups, basically marketers. They want to know what people think of their products. They want to know what people, test you. They're basically like McDonald's. If they come up with a new burger, they would let you try different flavors. And then they would, based on the focus group, to decide what to sell. So you get paid by doing these focus group. I've gotten paid $500 from one focus group. That was really good money.
I know people who do that too. And of course now, depending where you live, they'll just have you do it from home, and you just have to answer questions for the most part. It's a simple way to make some money. Kimmy's Boutique, happy Tuesday to you. Courageously Thriving, happy Tuesday to you. Bill said, oh, heck no, surveys are the worst. Hard no. Yeah, I'm with Bill. I don't think I'd have fun doing that. It is easy money, but it's boring.
I have fun doing focus groups just because you get to like try new things.
Michelle loves it, and she's in marketing, so it's like right down her alley, you know.
And they like interview you. It's so fun. They like want to know your opinion about something. It's like your opinion matters.
I think I've done it one time. I saw like a commercial or something. Leslie from Mariso's Passion says, you used to take surveys, participate in focus groups and mystery shop. Oh, I used to, LOL. It's so funny. Yeah, so other people have done it.
Yeah.
And again, like if you do it now, you're going to just do it from the comfort of your couch and your iPad or iPhone or computer.
And keep in mind, there's a screener. So usually if you join these groups, they would ask you a bunch of questions beforehand. Let's say they want to do a focus group on kids. You're gonna have to have kids to do that. So
yeah, or they'll target you by age group or by gender or like things that you like to do or products you like to use.
But it's extra income. It's not hard work.
It is not. All right, so then the other one, which we talked about before, and like, who doesn't have extra books lying around their house?
And
honestly.
textbooks, too.
Honestly, yeah. And so you don't have to sell these on Amazon. You can literally find places that buy books from you. Here's one called bookscouter.com. You can enter the ISBN. Every book has a 13-digit number on the back called an ISBN, and they can tell you the value of your book. Courageously Thrive. I love Bill's like green faces. That's funny. You always make me laugh, Bill. Courageously Thriving says, I've tried surveys, but some take up some time. I like the shorter ones. And Ria Sell says, Nielsen Ratings used to ask me a lot to survey. Are you familiar with them?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely books are something that have value.
Yeah.
It's outrageous. Some books are worth thousands of dollars. So I think if we weren't in a pandemic, Michelle and I love book hunting. We used to go to libraries and just hunt on Saturday mornings. So I think we would still be doing that if we weren't in a pandemic. But because we are, that's not something we're doing. Bill says, I try, ladies. All right, so we're going to go to number 8 here, which is what Bill was talking about the other day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So number 8 is refurbishing antiques or furniture. And it's really cool because I think Bill and Tori are going to get into doing that in their beautiful new property that they've recently acquired. And like, if you have a knack for being crafty or making things look beautiful, that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and many times people just put their furniture on the street.
Oh my gosh, so many times.
Literally pick them up and make them look really pretty.
This one's up Bill's alley. That is such a good idea. And yeah, we do see so much furniture. Talking about like using free things to add to your bottom line, which we have done with electronics. But another thing that we don't pick up because we're just not like strong and we don't have a truck is furniture. And Michelle's so right. So many antique pieces are just being thrown out.
They're just laying around.
I mean, how cool to upcycle something like that. Yeah, Bill says free stuff and make some money along the way, right? So for you crafty people out there, that's always a good one. Again, continuing with the creativity aspect, and I know some of you in here now are doing this, designing and selling t-shirts. It is like so simple these days to design and sell t-shirts.
And
like
there's no overhead.
There really is not.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can do like you can use a service where you don't have to pay for the t-shirt. No one pays for anything until the item is purchased, mm-hmm. right? And it's really easy. And if you just make things about you, people will come because there's a lot of things in common with you and the 7 billion people on the planet.
And you really don't need to be creative to do this. It could be a simple quote. It could be a quote that you made up about reselling or a quote you made up about life and put it on a t-shirt. They let you choose different fonts, different colors, different shirt colors, and then bam, you put it online. If it's sold, then you make money.
So Leslie said, I used to make a lot of money refinishing furniture. That's so cool. Leslie, you've seriously done everything. She said, it was a great way to make money when I was a stay-at-home mom. I can't wait to work on a few new pieces when I move. How exciting. I think, Michelle and I, we say we're not crafty with our hands, but I love a nice piece of furniture. Like, Michelle, we love furniture. That's one of our things that we enjoy, decorating our home with, or we really just appreciate looking at. Bill said, maybe I'll take my muscles and hire them out. Heck yeah. That's what we need to do. We need to hire people to help us move heavy items. And then 324 Fine says the name of the website is called Teespring. TEESPRING. Actually, he says that they currently use that site.
Yeah.
Is that the name of the site on Etsy or?
We use Printful.
Oh, okay. So if you do it through Etsy, you can use Printful. Otherwise, there's one called Teespring.
I mean, not just t-shirts. You can make mugs. You can make anything. A hat. Literally anything you want for free. And when it's sold, you make money.
Exactly. And last but not least, I think this is the end of our work from home and make money. I'm sure we missed quite a few. And if you guys have any other thoughts you want to pop into the comments to add to our list. But we recently asked my sister, who's a hairdresser, to come to our home and cut our hair. Mm-hmm. So she's going to be coming and cutting our hair in the front yard or in the backyard. And we're going to pop on the neighborhood app, and we're just going to reach out to our neighbors and say, hey, if you guys need a haircut, my sister will be here on this day. It's like cut your hair, in your house service. Yeah. So that's that one you do have to leave. So that'll be another topic for another day, right? Yeah. But again, these were all like thinking of ways you can make money without leaving your house. And the list we provided is nice. It's a good way to get started. Yeah. Now it says Bill uses a Teespring site. He says it works and that they use it. They also sell belt bags.
Belt and bags.
Oh, belts and bags? Yeah. And Leslie says, I use Teespring as well. I used to use Printful as well. I like Teespring better. Yeah, we tried out Printful before with like some sample shirts, and we didn't really like the quality of those shirts. Yeah. Ashfit Life 2018 Poshmark said, I'm doing shirts, have a couple ones up. On which platform are you selling them? Oh, on Etsy. And Bill said hairstylists these days are in demand for sure. Right? This is like a really big time for hairstylists, to be honest. Yeah. If you're creative about how you use your services and market them. Yeah. And it's not that hard. It's as simple as going on Facebook in the neighborhood app.
And everyone has skills, You can always do something with your skills. And make money.
Leslie says, always great information, ladies. Thank you, Leslie. We appreciate you. Bill said masks, anything you could think of. Yeah, definitely. So Bill and Tori have been selling masks. Those are high in demand now. I think if you get into selling masks on Etsy, you're going to sell masks. Let me know if I'm wrong on that one, Bill. Happy Tuesday, Big Mama. So we end with a funny meme at the very end.
Mm-hmm. Cheesy.
So, cheesy or funny? Bill says, always great knowledge as well. Thanks, Bill. We appreciate all of you guys commenting today and helping those listening in on the podcast to just get some ideas as to what they could do from home, whether it's because they've lost their job recently because of the pandemic or just need the extra cash for their families. But yes, this television, sometimes this meme has a dude laying on his couch with his remote in his hand, and he says he does remote work. With his remote control in his hand. That said, Michelle does remote work. I do remote work. We hop from teaching remotely to watching Netflix with our remotes in our hands.
Hey, I like to watch when I take photos. It's really nice to keep me up and, stay motivated. Realistic. Yeah, I love putting on a show.
We do remote work when we're working all the time. Yeah. When we're working remotely. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for a wonderful time this evening. We hope you have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday.
And tomorrow we're going to talk about self-care.
Tomorrow we're going to talk about self-care. And remember, thanks for signing up for our Etsy workshop this Saturday. If you're interested, we have a $9 pre-sale sale going on for our workshop on Saturday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You will have access to the replay for a year. It's one of a series of 3 workshops that we will be doing this month of August to get you guys going on Etsy if you're not already. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.